What is Florida homestead tax exemption and what are the benefits? We will talk about that and more, including homestead portability. The mysterious Florida tax law passed in 2008 that allows you to transfer up to $500,000 of accumulated Save Our Homes benefit on a previous homestead to a newly established homestead in any county in Florida. So sit back, relax, and get ready for some knowledge. One of the big advantages to owning a primary residence in Florida is homestead tax exemption. Without boring you to tears, I'm going to hit some of the main highlights and why it's so important to file your homestead exemption. If you like saving money, like I know I do, on your taxes, then you will waste no time filing for your exemption. It does this by reducing your taxable property value by $50,000. The first $25,000 applies to all property taxes, and the additional $25,000 applies only to non-school taxes. In short, it'll save you approximately $700 to $750 per year on your property taxes. It also keeps your taxable value on your property from going up more than 3% per year. Huge advantage. The cap for non-homesteaded properties is 10%. Yikes. Homestead properties in Florida also have protection against creditors and even bankruptcy. In fact, Florida's Constitution provides one of the most debtor-friendly homestead exemptions in the country. With creditors, the day you file your homestead is the day you are protected. Now I'm going to put on my lawyer hat, sound really smart, and read some legal jargon for you. Article 10, Section 4 of the Florida Constitution exempts homestead property from levy and execution by most judgment creditors. This means that a creditor cannot place a lien against or force the sale of your homestead to satisfy an obligation or monetary judgment. Pretty cool. Now let's get into bankruptcy protection. Some may remember O.J. Simpson putting a spotlight on this when he moved to Florida to shield assets from creditors. But with bankruptcy, it works a little differently. In order to receive unlimited protection on your homestead, you must have lived in Florida for 40 months or more. If you have lived here less than 40 months, then the homestead is capped at $160,375, which is still not too shabby. There are some additional exemptions that apply to eligible persons. I'll just hit on who potentially qualifies without going into too much detail. They include widow or widower, person totally or permanently disabled, a veteran who is disabled by at least 10% or more, and blind person. So how does homestead portability fit into all this? Lucky for you, I'm here to tell you. Portability allows you to transfer up to $500,000 of your portability benefit from a previous homestead to a newly established homestead in any county in Florida, as I mentioned before. This is figured out by subtracting your market value of your home, which, key point here, is determined by the city, not what your home would actually sell for on the market, by the assessed value. For example, if the city determines the market value of your home is $400,000 and your assessed value is $250,000, you would have $150,000 in portability benefit. This works in two very different ways depending on if you are downsizing or if you're moving up. If you're downsizing, it will be based on the percentage of your portability benefit by your market value. In the example I used earlier, the portability benefit was $150,000 and the market value was $400,000. $150,000 divided by $400,000 is 37.5%. If you downsize to a home with a market value of $200,000, 37.5% of that would be $75,000. $75,000 is your portability benefit. When moving up, the math is a lot easier. You just take the portability benefit from previous home, again, $150,000, the example I used, and subtract that from the market value of your home. Keep in mind, you still get the additional $50,000 homestead exemption that I went over earlier. Thank you for watching.